Wagwan London, how's everyone doing? Is everyone good? Okay, so I've got a set for you guys. Finally, I thought about something before I'm going to perform. So we're just going to get straight into it. I'm so over thinking. Like, I'm so over thinking. Like, I get everyone overthink sometimes, but for me, it's like this condition is chronic. I start thinking up a plan, and before you know it, I'm thinking again, and I'm rationalizing my own logic. I've clocked it. It's not that thinking is bad. It just gets long when you're thinking, and you can't even stop it. It's like I can't get over overthinking. Thoughts cloud the forefront of my mind. My inner eye takes the back seat so I can drive myself crazy. Comes like I'm chauffeur driven. I'll be on the phone, then I zone and focus on my solo mission. At times, my mind and my body are at pole positions. Sometimes I start conversations with myself and I won't even listen. It's like the circuit board is overridden. Lost and trapped within my mind map, I find that thoughts overlap and I relapse when I'm sidetracked. All the imagined possibilities are at play. All the assumptions, presumptions, judgment, trying to find contemplation, trying to find understanding. My mind's like a roller coaster, constantly spiraling. I know my energy's electric as I analyze. Thoughts turn to questions like, what's what, who am I, start to scrutinize. How do you choose to live when it's do or die? You try, give from source, but you're losing supply. The ego shifting's up a gear, the fear transmutes into action as you choose to survive. It's suicide. In this concrete jungle, if you choose to bear your cross, you're certainly due to get crucified. Yeah, I know these thoughts are useless unless I use this knowledge to move and apply. Nah, for real. I need to get my head down and focus. I'll be in a situation where I'll be in my head thinking, right? Till I get left out the moment. I am not my thoughts. I am me. And energy flows where your attention goes, so sometimes it's time to regroup. My brain sometimes comes like alphabet soup. I mean, it's good to have a plan B. My thoughts are so vivid, I can close my eyes and still see. Delving deeply into the domain of my dome, frequently figuring out fractions, fiction, fact or fiction, feel and follow what I find. Whoa. My brain's on go, go, go. Grossly grafting through the gallows as thoughts gradually gather and grow in my mind. You'll find when you've got a plan for every letter in the alphabet, you get ahead of yourself and you start to trip and miss out the steps as we grow through life and death. Deep introspection puts us in a state where we start to seek perfection. We feel depression as the pressure presses against our solar plexus. Bun overthinking. I choose to atone and listen. Get out of my own way and make space for life to flow from within me. I won't get caught up in a zone where I'm holding a position. I'll trust in my notion to be and be intentionally and use this energy in motion to find the parts hidden in the depths of the ocean of my mind. So instead of overthinking, this king will move with power because I know that each step is always guided by the light. Okay, cool. So on to the next one. That was the first piece about overthinking. Obviously, mind over matter, mental health related. Overthinking is a chronic condition I have. But we're working past it, we're working through it. So we move on to the next one. So my next piece is more so a bit more of my style, a bit more of my preference in terms of how I enjoy performing poetry, especially at a slam poetry event. And this piece is titled "Fruits from the Poetry." I'm actually quite warm, so I'm going to take this off. My friend once said to me, if life gives you lemons, make guava juice and make them wonder how the heck you did it. At first, what I thought they meant was wing it. But after some thought, I guess what I think she really meant was don't be a victim to whatever it is you perceive as a limit. Be creative and bend the laws of physics and amaze the world with whatever it is you've produced once you've finished. I mean, I like the idea of fruit, so in that spirit, since I'm a wordsmith, I thought I'd spin it. Now, there's no way for you to get to know me without my roots. And they say you can always tell a poet tree from its fruits. So here's my truth. Sometimes listening to poetry could be like eating food through a straw. Very difficult to get it all in one. Some even find it quite melancholy. But for me, I find writing and performing my poetry a ball of fun, especially when done in jest. And I, for one, am certainly grateful for this opportunity to display my zest and parade my best foot forward now that I guess the time's ripe. And now you can all see how sweet the English language could be now that a poet has stepped into the limelight. Now, it's pretty cut and dry that poetry is the apple of my eye, and that's probably why I've been on this rant, and I hope you can see why I've had to cherry pick and marry these words together because they cantaloupe. This is not just art. Honey, do you see, this is my calling. They say you have to practice what you preach, so I see poetry in all things. Now, I'll tell you what my Granny Smith thinks, but her choice of language is rather appalling. Spoken word. We all do it, regardless of the way we use it. But words are an expression of my soul, and you can take that as you wish if the shoe fits. My muse is amusing. When I'm in tune, these words come sweet like music. If I concentrate, I could squeeze creative juices. And if done right, I'll mix these words and rhymes and they go down a smoothie. You see, my art is far from fruitless, it would appear. Spoken word. We cover all topics, raising awareness on current affairs. These words aren't just plucked out of thin air, I'm sure you would appreciate. Although they've got old-fashioned roots, spoken word is cool, and that's true to this date. In times of need, poetry's like a friend to me. Some do it for the art, others do it for the laughs, but for me, poetry is like therapy. I love it. I just hope one day it will take me far, though. It's just so versatile and creative. It can drive you crazy even if you don't have a car, though. It just gives me this tingly feeling from my head right down to my toes. Tomatoes. I mean, it's quite ironic how I'm a poet, but I can't find the words to describe this feeling. There's just something about watching crowds go bananas because they find my wordplay appealing. Hopefully the fact that I've done this poem in fruitful fashion is proof as to why you guys can see why spoken word is my chosen passion. Fruit. And I hope, like me, after hearing some poetry, it's made you feel some type of way. And if it hasn't, well, at least with me, you can say you have had one of your 5 a day. For some reason, yeah, I think it's because it's a slam. I don't know why I'm trying to be bare serious. There's been bare jokes I've been wanting to run, yeah, and I'm just like, no, not this one, not this one. Get through the piece, get through the piece, get through the piece. Be professional, be professional. And I'm like, itching. But we're gonna move on to the next piece because of time. So, this next piece that I'm going to perform is I'm just gonna do it. I'm not even gonna talk too much. I'm just gonna get straight into the piece. So, this piece is titled Alphabet Advice. Yeah, Alphabet Advice. Appreciate all that comes and goes as everything is connected anyway. Always, all things align according to ancient astrological agendas approved on the account of the Almighty. So anticipate abundance. Affirm who you are. Apply all knowledge you've acquired and alchemize all that you aim to achieve. Be brave about the human being you are becoming. Believe in your ability to change your reality. Be kind, because you don't know what battles people face in their minds. Change starts from within. Celebrate every win. Crash at the core of your calamity. Channel and conduct your chi through your chakras. Capture and cherish each moment. Counsel confining cycles. Challenge any coaching that complements your comfort. Change your chemical makeup. The pressure from depression develops diamonds. Don't doubt or diminish your demeanor. Dip into the divine that dwells deep down, determined to detail your destiny. Dare to be deserving. Do what you gotta do. Defiantly we stand, devoted to destroying the disease, dedicated to dismantle darker dudes. Decolonize the decadent diaspora, dwelling doubtfully on dwindling dreams of delight. Disregard deliberate displays of deceit and discover the divine detail in the domino effect. Expect empirical elevation. Everything is everything. Everything is energy. Eradicate envy. Eliminate the ego. Empower everyone you encounter to embark on a journey to enlightenment. Exploring etymology is exciting. Real life. Exploring etymology is exciting. Exercise expressing emotion. Either that or eventually you'll explode. Exhibit empathy. Effortlessly evolve every day. Exercise frequently, even if it's patience. And embrace failure. Focus on forgiveness, but don't forget as friction fuels force. Where's the cameras? Fuck the feds. And fuck fake friends. Furthermore, fighting is futile. Focus forward, your final form isn't far. Fast frequently. Fishing for fame is fickle. It's all a facade. Filter the fallacy of fear from the fuse at the forefront of your floppy disk. The Fibonacci is at your fingertips. Ghost the greedy goblins guised as government. Gradual growth is a graceful game. Get rid of your generational garbage and gain glory as God guides you to greatness. Ground yourself in gratitude. Harness healthy habits. Honesty is holy. Heal the hurt hidden in your history. Hold out a helping hand. Have hope for humankind. Honor the Hermetica. Hear by your heart at the height of its happiness. Implement your intuition intentionally to invoke I and I that it is. Implement your intuition intentionally to invoke I and I. It's irreplaceable, inexplicable, and inexplicably intricate. Inspire individuals to incite inner works. Ignore the institutionalized who insist on impressing the inconsiderate. Influence infants to idealize their imagination. Instigate improvement. Inhale. Introduce your identity. I am blessed. I am divinely guided. I am rich in health and wealth. I am enough. I am consciously connected to the source of life. I hold the keys to my success within. I am Samuel King. Jam with people that make your journey sweet. Jest and jive at jealous jerks. Don't jinx the joyous. Judgment is never justifiable, but always jump for justice, even if it's jarring. Just look for the jewels jumbled up in the jazz. Juggle the good and the bad and accept life as it just is. Karma is key. Keep your energy kinetic and your spirit kindred. Kindness kills the knuckleheads. Kill karmic connections. Keep your kin close. Listen and silence are the same when the letters are rearranged. Learn to love limitlessly. Laugh loads. Live life like you're liberated and level up, literally. Let your light lead you and you will never be lost. Look for the lesson in every little life experience and you will never take a loss. The law of attraction links you to the livelihood you've been longing for. Misled. Many stay mesmerized by meaningless merits like money. Many are manipulated by the mirage of mainstream media. Misinformed. It's mind over matter until you lot change your name. You know what I'm saying? But it's calm. It's still mind over matter, though. It's still mind over matter. It's mind over matter. Mend your mental muscle memory. Music is medicinal. Make time for meaningful meditation. Manifest meticulously and motivate the masses as they marvel at your mastermind. Monitor your network because it's your net worth. Your connections will carry your name into rooms and spaces you wouldn't even imagine. Nevertheless, nerves are normal. Nagging is not necessary. Nagging is not necessary. Notice that nature is nourishing. Operate with an open mind. Offer oneself up to opportunities and be optimistic about the outcome. Prioritize your personal peace. Pick positivity. Practice your passion persistently. Push past the pain. Pave a purposeful path and proceed with the potent power you possess, which permits progress. Perfection is a phony phenomenon. It's just a perspective we place on a polished pedestal. Wanna pickpocket my punchlines? Well, get in queue. Quickly quash all qualms questioning the qualification of your quill. There is quintessential quality and quantity in my quirk. Reflect regularly. Relax. Realize and reshape your reality. Remain realistic. Release your rigid rights to romanticize religion. It's not about who's right. It's who's righteous. Royal, recognize royal. Retain receptive relationships. Separate your sacred soul from the seduction of Satan and sanctify your space. Sex is sacred. Stand on being selective with your selflessness and stay spiritual. Seek no security in a savior. The secrets are sealed within yourself. Sit in silence. Surrender your supposed status or success and study your situation. Stop struggling. Sculpt your shadow self until you are satisfied and the stress will simply slip away. We're nearly there. We're at T. Time tells the tales of your troubling thoughts trapped in your temporal lobe. Tame the trickster. Terminate your toxic traits. Transcend the things that torment and tether you to your trauma. Trust your tribe. Treasure those that test your technique and therefore train you to transform. Tap in. Take time to travel to tropical territories. Real life. Take time to travel to tropical territories. Time takes time. Understand you are united with your universe. Utilize your unique usefulness, uplifting others under you. Unpack your unhappiness until you unmask what's under your ugly umbrella. Use your voice in power. Vent if you must. Vilify the villains who violate the voiceless. Don't be a victim. Visualize yourself on vacation. And then go there. Veer away from your vices and value your virtues because it's vital. Worrying is a waste of energy. What's the worst when you weave wisdom into your works? It's not about when, where, or who. Find your why and let your will spread like wildfire. Wander the weird and wild world within your mind and word to the wise. Word to the wise. It's the wise. Don't blame me, boy. It's the wise man said it. Wanking is a waste of time. Word to the wise, it's not me. I had to make an exception for the next one, as this one marks the spot. X is the cross. X is the sign shown when your boundary shouldn't get crossed. The female principle exposed in the XX chromosome. X represents the unknown, unidentified. In algebra and tech, it also represents mystery and a hazard. 2 crossbones and a skull means death. Yet, it also represents life's extremities. We all grown, so we know what XXX means. Be like the X, licentious in nature and beyond whatever the world expects. Why? Because you are your universe. You deserve the world. Yield your youthful yesteryears. Yearn for yin and yang, but don't yo-yo. Yell for Yahweh. That currency is worth more than yen. Life ain't black and white like a zebra. Things aren't always what they seem. Zone in on your zen and get deeper into REM and regularly make sure you catch those Z's. Alphabet advice. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my set for Mind Over Slammer. It's been, first and foremost, a big thank you to Mind Over Slammer and Fisky for having me headline the London Heat for Mind Over Slammer. Make some noise for Fisky and Mind Over Slammer. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for your energy. Thank you guys for taking me in. Thank you guys for listening. I have been Samuel King, and you can find me on all socials at I am Samuel King. Connect with me. Let's chat. Let's work. This year, there's loads of stuff happening. There's loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff happening. So let's connect and make genuine connections. Let's not just do this, oh yeah, let's follow each other on Instagram, and we don't talk for months. Like, let's actually connect and make things happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Peace!
What Samuel King failed to say as well was that he has a ridiculously good website, iamsamuelking.com. I don't know why he didn't plug that. Please, make some noise for Samuel King one more time. We're going to take a very short break, and then we'll be back to announce our finalists. You've got 5 minutes.